Yo, what's going on, everyone? So this is actually quite shocking. Breaking shocking news. Hold on a sec. Dude, are we seeing another? Is there going to be like a like countrywide protest for that ICE shooting? 'Cause that's freaking crazy, man. I kind of, I'll tell you my opinions on that when more people get in here. It's actually, you'd be surprised. Let me just send this to the Instagram action. On a sec. Here we go. Live on Rumble now. Yo, shout out to Butterdog, man, but Thrax actually beat you, so. Yo, Butter, what's flapping? Shout out to Butterdog, man. um, I accidentally made the thumbnail of one of my videos. Um, like a part of one of my videos, I put my hands together just for a brief second in the video. Like I'm talking with my hands. I put my hands like this, and it kind of made the like Illuminati pyramid. And then that also happened to become my thumbnail on the video, uh, as you can see. And so I'm sure I'm going to hear about that and people may be flustered, but I can assure you I'm not in that club. I'm in the club of love. I mean, put it this way, it's a big club and we ain't in it. Yes, Proud Patriot, dude. Did you hear about this? Is actually shocking, man. I know Larry Bird. Is that ironic or what? Dude, so Proud Patriot, the USPS thing is pretty freaking crazy. I'm just going to wait for a few more people to come in here. But there's a community note on it and it doesn't deny it. The community note doesn't say it's wrong, but it says that like it's routine. But it says literally in the first line, so it's January 5th, 2026, officers, subject, Postal Service employees continue to provide essential services. Background. During large-scale emergencies, epidemics, hurricanes, civil unrest, etc., states and localities may issue curfew orders, blah, blah, blah. And it basically says, like, you guys have this exemption to where you can still deliver mail even if there's, like, a civil unrest and a curfew and shit. And it's interesting that what day did that ICE shooting happen? Because maybe, what day was that? ICE shooting date. Hold on a sec. Oh, there. Hold on a sec. Anyway, it seems like they posted it right after. It seems that they posted it right after, so they're like expecting like a George Floyd kind of response from this shooting. Now, at first, when I first saw the video from one angle, I said, well, like the police officer standing there, she did drive the car toward him. Usually that is considered a clean, or not clean, rather, a good shoot. Not the best terminology, but that's what they call it. But then I just watched this like former FBI guy go, look, I've seen many shootings, yada yada yada, and I don't think this one was that good of a shoot. I think she was trying to get away, and that's specifically what we're all trained not to do: is don't shoot a fleeing suspect only if they present an imminent threat. Now, it's quite arguable because like she's fleeing, likely at high speeds, or gonna accelerate until high speeds, and then that would be a direct public threat for safety and whatnot. But the thing is, like, what do you really want to do? If ICE is going to, I know it's hindsight and I'm not going to, it's unfortunate, but what are you going to do? If ICE is coming for you, they got like a warrant or whatever. Or are you going to go on a manhunt and go hot? Like, you're just making it worse. Then you'll get charges and then you really can't come back. Um, it's just very interesting. Yeah, Butterdog, that you could definitely, normies make that argument all the time, man. The celebrities making those gestures. The difference is Jay-Z goes like this in front of a crowd of like 50,000 people at a Super Bowl being broadcasted to 50 million people. Whereas, you know what I mean? But you're good, man. And that's right. Exactly. Esoteric Seeker. Exactly, man. Yo, shout out to Tyler who said, yo, it's Yun Wizard. Shout out to Tyler Wizard, man. And then what did he said? Yes. And then he said Chalk or whatever. I forgot. It's crazy. What? Dude, did you hear what Chalk's doing tonight, man? No, the theory was proud. His theory was that it looked like she was trying to flee. The ICE agent is obviously saying she was driving her car towards me. I think if you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. And that is, maybe some would say, like insensitive, like it sucks. This woman is perished now from this horrible situation. But you come in the country illegally, then you go and flee ICE. Like, my thing is, if you get pulled over, you bend the knee. I told you guys this yesterday. When you get pulled over, you bend the knee. You say, no problem, officer. Sorry, officer. Fleeing is never going to result in like 0.01% of cases. Someone flees and then they like escape to Mexico. But like, she actually escaped Mexico, so exactly. Proud Patriot. Like, I don't. And also, I do think it's unfortunate now. A lot of cops can't even do their jobs properly because they're worried about repercussions that technically they follow the law and their training. But if they follow it fully, in this instance, it looks bad. The optics of it are bad. You know what I mean? Post bail, then flee. Exactly, Butter. Now, I don't know if you can even get bail. Like, what happens when you get detained? ICE detains you and they're deporting you. Can you even get bail from that? I don't think they let you go again until you're out of the country. But let me know, dude. But yeah, otherwise, exactly. Post bail, then flee. You just never fight it out in the street. If you're not going to argue it out in the street and get unarrested, man, it's just not going to happen. So, very rarely, But anyway, I wanted to mention, because what more could we want during a time of global potential turmoil? Black Swan event tomorrow, major economic news that's freaking shocking, and this shit kicking off with mass civil unrest with USPS talking about it. What better time to have clarity of mind and to detox the crazy chemicals and contaminants that we're exposed to daily? Right now, Chalk is giving away free $100 bags of the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia. They're doing 3 or 4 bags on this live. It's $100 value. I have a full 750 milliliters. I know, what the Sam damn am I talking about, milliliters? What the F is a kilometer, dude? But a big ass jug of chocolate right now with organic raw Mr. Raw buffalo milk in hot water and maple syrup. It's freaking delicious. So we're giving away a couple of these. I will tell you that most of us have never had organic and heirloom cacao. Like, it's both. You maybe had organic. You very maybe unlikely had heirloom. This is the original cacao the Aztecs were drinking, that's sworn upon throughout history for being so nutrient dense, a bajillion antioxidants, super detoxing and delicious. So we're giving away 3 or 4 bags of the chocolate. The way the deal works, I just put the link in the chat. That goes to chalk.com. Chalk is made in the United States. They ship out of Georgia. They're founded in Texas. They got an all-American customer service team, and they have over 5,000 third-party verified 5-star reviews on Trustpilot. So that is the leading third-party verified review website on the internet. Now, the way the deal works, and this one's for Proud Patriot. I was just talking about Mel Gibson yesterday, dude. I love him in that movie. And Braveheart, of course. So what's happening is the number one supplement for men and women is the hot water purified Shilajit, which is an herbal-mineral compound. It's clinically studied. Bruce Lee took it. Genghis Khan took it. Vladimir Putin must take it because the Russian military secretly studied it for 40 years during his time in the KGB. So they know about Shilajit. It is a superfood. It's a hormone optimizer. It's a fertility booster. It's super detoxing. It increases brain function. It literally stimulates the production of new brain cells. And it's freaking amazing. So that's the Shilajit. The other one that I highly recommend you guys have to check out is the Chad Mode. That's the blue drink I'm always drinking in my stories. It's organic blue spirulina. It's called Chad Mode. It's got 150 milligrams of organic caffeine per scoop, cold water extracted from green coffee beans. It's got organic blue spirulina in it, which is the most potent binder in the natural world, they think. It binds to all kinds of free radicals, heavy metals, phthalates, microplastics, pesticides, which they have found in 90% of our bloodstreams. Literally, like 95% of us have glyphosate and atrazine in us. It's sprayed all over the place. It's freaking shocking. We will put an end to that. I thought RFK would, but seemingly that hasn't happened yet. But it's very good to be detoxing. So most energy drinks and pre-workouts, it's synthetic caffeine, which actually they grow. It's like totally fake and it hits different. Whereas the Chad mode with the organic cold water extracted green coffee bean caffeine, it's 1,000 times better. And dude, you get a major buzz from it. In fact, I know a bunch of you guys, Butterdog for sure takes it, swing from them. Like we usually get real-time live reviews on here. So if you guys have tried Chad mode before, tell the chat what's going on. But this is the way the deal works. If you go to chalk.com and you add a male or a female or a performance stack to your cart and you apply the discount code 44life, that's a 44% off lifetime discount, which you can cancel or modify your subscription at any time. And automatically you're going to get that free $100 bag of the chocolate powder included in your order. So go to chalk.com, put a male stack, a female stack, or the performance stack in your cart and make sure you apply that discount. Do not pay full price when they're doing 44, almost 50 freaking percent off. And think about our parents and family members too. Like I got my dad taking the Action 2.0 because it's the #1 heart health superfood or a supplement from Chalk with a whole bunch of clinically studied ingredients. No weird GMO bullshit. We always roast the synthetics and the companies selling this crazy stuff like the Irish moss, for example. Irish moss is a superfood, don't get me wrong, but the vast majority of it is grown. It's farmed in the Caribbean, and none of those islands treat their gray water. So you do want to make sure your head is on a swivel with the Irish moss you're getting. The moss that Chalk has is certified wildcrafted from Nova Scotia. That's in the female vitality stack. Blackjack, it is funny seeing the same group. Well, it's lovely, in fact, seeing the same names and new names. Like I don't think I've seen Proud Patriot before. I don't think I've seen Tyler, perhaps. Tyler, let me know if I have. Kendall, we know Kendall. Shout out to Kendall. Larry Bird, of course, is in here. Thrax was the first one to comment. And Blackjack. So Chris James, dude, the latest shocking thing that I just heard is that from this guy, Red Pill Media said, breaking, Trump is preparing to bomb Iran for Israel. That's the latest news that I just heard. And we also know that yesterday, like 3 expedited flights out of Israel carrying Russian diplomats, they were evacuating the embassy in Israel. So that also happened the day before the Venezuela thing happened. So it's literally the thing that is a little bit shocking to me, though, dude, is that I have full faith we will 100% win and humanity will prevail and total human freedom will be restored. It's just ever since I watched that clip of Bill Cooper, who wrote the book Behold a Pale Horse. In that book, it talks about, you know, getting rid of huge percentages of the population is their plan. And I thought it was more by way of infertility, though. I don't know that they're planning on like literally detonating something. I think it's more covert. But anyways, also he mentioned in this video that World War III will be the war to end all wars because people will be begging for no more wars. And the solution presented to them will be, we can guarantee there'll be no more wars if all the governments of the world unite. Now, this also goes into Project Bluebeam because they say Richard freaking Nixon someone of you will know the exact year, literally said, what would happen? It would be so great if an alien threat emerged because so quickly would we forget all of our enemies on Earth and we would unite against a common enemy, which is this other, right? It'd be aliens. So like, I do really wonder what would freaking go on, man. And we know that you can't have the new economic system without destroying the old economic system and bringing it down, crashing, burning. So would you really probably tomorrow at when the market opens, dude, I people are saying there's reports of expectancies of a Black Swan event. So now, while a guy corrected and he said, well, Black Swan events are not like, you never really will know, like, you know, that's right. But if there was a day for a Black Swan, remember, Fridays always have the biggest news days. Fridays always have the most shocking news. Think of last Friday. There's a correlation there, 100%. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention, while I just had this sip of the chocolate, I will say something very interesting about cacao. That David Wolf got roasted because he publicly stated that cacao is an octave of sun energy. And maybe he's right, man, because there is something quite vibrational about it. I mean, it's believed if you type in foods to decalcify the pineal gland, it's up there with the top like 4 or 5 things you can consume that support your pineal gland decalcifying. Which is shocking that this thing was carved into stone and we have all these references to it, yet they're still putting fluoride in the water. Like, I thought RFK was supposed to ban that right away, man. And even here, like, a town near me has fluoride banned. The town next to it refuses to ban fluoride. It's like, dude, get with the program, man. You have the leader of the Health and Human Services in the US, which is supposed to be our ally here in Canada, and the guy is literally exposing the studies and whatnot of how bad fluoride is. And over here, we have these, I don't know, they're probably already drank so much fluoride, they can't even decide that fluoride might be bad for them because they've had so much of it that it's made them so docile that they can't even question things. But, you know, they're still pumping it in the water despite it melting the roads when it spills. Dude, I've told that story. I'm like that uncle who always tells like the same stories around the dinner table. It's like, I made a post in 2016 that a truck spilled carrying fluoride in Brockville in Ontario. And the article very cleverly barely says it's fluoride. It gives it like its chemical formula name. And it says like hydrofluorosilicic acid. And it doesn't say what it's for. It was just like this industrial chemical. But that is actually the term for, and they wrote in the article about how it like wrecked the road. It melted the road. It was a huge environmental contamination. It was caustic. You know, it killed the driver of the truck because it spilled on him when he crashed, which is horrible. But that truck was on its way to the water depot to be put into the city water supply. Am I a fool for thinking that I'm not buying the story that it's safe in really small doses, but every single day? And how do you even quantify the dose? Because you're getting it in your toothpaste, in the food you eat at the any store, any restaurant, showering in it. Like the dose it's overdosed, majorly overdosed. Exactly, Tim. Shout out to Tim, man. So I did want to mention, apparently a bunch of people are on the site right now. If you're on the site, make sure you put that discount code 44life on your subscription, your male or female vitality stack or the performance stack to get the Chad mode. And then place your order ASAP because several people have stuff in their carts. And again, the next 3 to 4 people who get a male, female, or performance stack are getting the free $100 bag of the chocolate powder. Which you will love. And by the way, like the freebie is dope. Like it is awesome that you're getting the free lit. However, what's very interesting is that the freebie is the cherry on top. What you're really getting is you're subscribing to, which you can cancel or modify your subscription anytime. And I'm going to answer Jesse in a second. A superfood combo that you're going to be incorporating into your lifestyle. Like if you take the Tomcat 100 consistently, which is in the male stack, that boosts free testosterone 87% in 21 days. Plus it increases sperm count and sperm motility. It's certified wild crafted from Malaysia. It's freaking amazing. You will love the Tomcat. And that's something that you take it consistently. You get a massive dose of these compounds that are super good for your endocrine system and your hormones. I'm going to announce that we are live quickly on Instagram. You guys are first come, first serve. So you guys get the, first clue of this deal. And then I will, but I'm going to announce it to Instagram now. So if you're on the fence, quickly get your orders in because there's about to be like 100 more people on the live. Man and woman shot by federal agents in Portland. Oh, you just said that, Patriot? 2 people shot by federal agents in Portland, Oregon. Well, why are they all of a sudden reporting on like, dude, like, you know how many people get shot every day? Like criminals getting popped, like why? Like it's a lot more common than we may think. So why are they, I mean, I guess they report on it too, though, when it happens. But it seems like the powder keg is freaking set to, people are flustered about this ICE stuff, man. But it's interesting how that absolutely would not fly in like China. Like, in fact, in pretty much every other non-Western country, you're not going to be able to come in illegally, and you certainly won't be able to protest about it, and you certainly have no grounds for being flustered when they catch you and send you back. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just saying that is a fact. Montes said, what is a black swan event? A black swan event is basically like a kind of unforeseen or unexpected massive move in the financial markets, up or down. So it's like, and they can put entire firms and brokers and massive companies can pretty much go out of business and go insolvent like overnight, or in the when the market opens. It wouldn't actually be overnight, but now the official definition is a rare, highly impactful, and unpredictable occurrence that, in hindsight, people try to rationalize as if no, blah 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 blah. It's an unforeseen outlier with massive consequences like 9/11, the 2008 financial crisis, or the COVID pandemic. I love how they always have to call it pandemic, man. Like, yeah, catastrophic consequences. I'm pretty sure, who was it who told me their parents? Oh, butter. I won't tell the story, but yeah, that was crazy. Okay, so Jesse said, where can we find the USPS warning? Dude, type in, hold on a sec. Boom, bang, bing. Hold on a sec. Just go on X and type in USPS warning. It should pop up. And it's from the account American Truckers. So type in American Truckers. USPS sent out this warning. It's actually going viral right now. Jesse, I haven't tested my water, but my water has been tested, if that makes sense. I get my water from a spring, and it has been regularly tested with like zero. There you go. Chalk got it. Thank you, Chalk28. No, but the fact check isn't really a fact check, right? Well, okay, yeah. It doesn't say it's false. It says it's real, but it says it is routine. That's I actually got a community note on Instagram the other day, by the way, like a month ago. I posted a video of what someone posted as the current protests in the Netherlands about the truckers or the farmers and everything. And so it was like a 2-minute video. I'm talking, and in behind me is playing this video of like freaking farmers bulldozing shit out of the way in the streets and like throwing cow shit at the front of the government buildings, which is always dope to see. But the community note was the video is actually from 2024, but I recorded it a couple weeks ago, so it was 2025. So I was a year late. But then it went on to say, but there are massive protests right now. And so it wasn't as bad or severe as a fact check. It was just a community note, which is chill. Shane, if American soldiers descended on Canada and rounded up your citizens to swear allegiance to America, hypothetically, would you surrender and swear allegiance to the U.S.? Well, that's actually a really good question, man. That's a very good question. I don't think that will ever happen in that way anyway. And I don't think they would make you really do that either. But I guess if you want to become a U.S. citizen, you have to swear allegiance to the United States. But a lot of fucking people who did not take that oath very seriously now, did they? But that's a very good question, Chalk28. Now, the other thing is, oh, man. Yeah, there is massive farmers' protests that are kicking off right now, by the way, as well. Like, it's like Freedom Convoy on steroids. And the cool thing, too, is that they're going to the actual headquarters of the European Union, which literally is like the head of the snake. But anyway, let me go live quickly here on Instagram to let everyone know we're live here. Make sure if you're on the site right now, it's chalk.com and the coupon code is 44life. If you get a male, a female, or a performance stack, you are getting a free $100 bag of the chocolate powder included in your order automatically. And that's for the first 2 or 3 people. This guy just got pepperballed in the face at the ICE protest there in... that would gotta fucking hurt, man, right in the friggin' forehead. Yeah. Lightning strikes, expand on your thoughts, man. Okay, hold on. Now, the other thing is, okay, this tweet here with this guy saying that Trump is preparing to bomb Iran for Israel, where's that coming from? because that is a strong headline, man. Trump is preparing to bomb Iran for Israel. According to Iran International, Iran warns it may act before an attack if it detects a threat. Trump said on Monday he would support possible Israeli strikes on Iran if the Islamic Republic further develops its ballistic missiles. The stage is set, man. People are desensitized to it, but the stage seemingly is set indeed. Really. Damn, man. And of course, nukes, right? Remember what they said? What was that movie? I'll tell you about it in a second. So hold on a sec. I thought World War III was going to happen last year when Iran and Israel were actually seemingly bombing each other. I say seemingly because there's a lot of people saying, dude, what were they dropping? Like that kind of. And then the weird part was that I think Israel said, do not film the strikes anymore because it's alerting Hamas like where they're hitting. You know what I mean? So anyway, oh, and that the movie is coming out now called Greenland 2 Immigration with two or Migration rather with what's his face who's the guy? I think that's interesting. With all this talk of Greenland right now. Yeah, exactly. Okay, stand by. Hold on. Okay, one sec. Okay. Chalk.com, guys. Before I announce this to Instagram, go to chalk.com, get your male or female stack, put that coupon code 44life on it, and you're getting that free lit powder. Now we're live on Instagram, all right? But you guys know why it's brief on Instagram because we got all kinds of strikes in the past going live too much on Instagram. That's why we go live on Rumble instead. Someone apparently is about to get a Chad mode, by the way. Just don't pay full pop when we got that code going. Shout out to Grateful Cosmonaut. And I actually just did a video about the Russians going to the highest they ever flew in the 1930s. And they reported it as being completely flat up there, which was shocking to see, actually. Okay, so what's going on, everyone? Right now, we have two things. We have tweets coming out of alleged. Right now, okay, there's something called the pizza alert system where if you go to pizza shops around Washington, D.C. and the Pentagon, and if they are extremely busy at strange times of night, it's evident that the Pentagon and Washington, D.C. is working overtime because some shit's going down. And so right now, all these pizza shops are busy as hell at a strange time that's abnormal and above average. So something's happening, dude. I know I know, dude. He said nukes aren't real. I know. But anyway, so shout out to J Dot who said he's eating pizza. Dude, we just had pizza. Anyway, I'll tell you all about our pizza experience. But listen, USPS is shocking as well. We got to cover that. A new press release they just did, or rather an internal memo they sent to all their officers. It's pretty shocking. But anyways, I want to talk to you guys fully in depth about this, but we're doing it on my Rumble live stream channel, not on Instagram for obvious reasons. So if you want to tune in, click the link in my bio. There's a link tree. Yeah, Corbin, nothing ever happens, but I mean, like 9/11 happened, man. I mean, COVID. I mean, many things do happen. I'll tell you why I think that too. I am Ton MC. Go to the link in my bio, the link tree. Once you click it, you'll see the Rumble link. It's free to click, obviously free to watch, free to download, and also it's free speech, which is the most important thing. So you can alternatively go and comment on any one of my posts, not this live, but my posts, and comment the word Rumble, and it will send you the link to my live stream channel that way as well. No, it's on Google, Richard. There's a real-time track of how busy restaurants are compared to average, and it literally will say like busier than normal or like slower than normal. So all the pizza shops around DC and the Pentagon right now are a lot more busy than normal. You can go look at it, dude. I fact checked it. Okay, so guys, come on over to Rumble. We're live right now. Hope to see you there. Keep your head on a swivel. If World War III does kick off, I love you all. If the internet goes out for what is it supposed to be, 30 days and 30 nights or something? Anyways, yeah, I know it is an indicator, man. But if you guys enjoy deep dives rather than a quick 90-second like dopamine hit, Rumble is the spot to be. All right. So hope to see you guys on Rumble. Much love, everyone. Link in my bio. Hold on a sec. Boom, bang, bing. Yeah, well, the nuke thing, we're on Rumble right now. So to the guy who said, why would you possibly say nukes are fake? I mean, dude, I've seen like there's some pretty interesting videos and whistleblowers talking about let's just say, hold on a second. Boom, bang, bing. That's right. Okay, we have a real-time fact check thanks to a dear soul on the live chat. I guess we don't see the name of this restaurant, but right now, this pizza joint in next to the Pentagon is busier than usual, and it's live. Now, I don't know how they detect, but it's the same thing. Like when you're on the highway, don't you wonder how it knows why there's traffic? Well, they do have traffic cameras, but I think it's how many phones are in that area. I think the phones send the data, how many phones are on the highway, and that changes the gradient of the color of how busy the traffic is. Directly next to the Pentagon, all pizza joints 2 times busier minimum. Wow, real-time fact check. Shout out to Butterdog, dude. He was interested. He's like, is this guy bullshitting me? No, I'm serious, man. The Pentagon is popping off right now. So apparently Trump is preparing to bomb Iran for Israel. This would be, I think, we were worried about this a number of months ago, but this could be the real deal, man. We only have 5 years till 2030. And you know that they need to do a whole lot of different destabilization tactics to bring in the new world order, man. Like, so Bill Cooper said it. The Third World War will be the war to end all wars. You notice you never hear anyone talking about a 4th World War. Like, no one thinks there's going to be a 4th. But everyone's like, yeah, a 3rd one, it's in the cards. What's their favorite number? 33. So there's something about 3. But Bill Cooper said it's going to be the war to end all wars because it will make the world, and this is why we just talked about Project Bluebeam. Like, listen to me for a second. Someone's going to think this is crazy, but I'm being serious. Bill Cooper, who wrote the book Behold the Pale Horse, who many people think his death was extremely suspicious and that he didn't pass away from old age. It was a suspicious death. He came out and said, and he wrote a book on basically like a George Orwell style book on what the future is going to be. And he says there's a plan to make this war that is so shocking that the citizens of the world beg for no more war because it was so horrible. Whether that be things get hard or many people perish or what, let's manifest that none of that happens anyway. But then the solution that they would propose to us is we will promise no more wars because the way out of this is that if every country unites, right? A one world government, a one world, digital currency. Like, so it's shocking. Yes, I've seen that too. A Chilean soldier. I've seen that too, man. But anyways, before we get into the other shocking comings out of the USPS internal memo, which is also strange, I think that has to do with this ICE thing, but it also could be due to a possible other disruption we will get to. I wanted to mention on this live specifically, can you imagine during a time of civil unrest, global uncertainty, Black Swan event tomorrow, and all this crazy shit going on, could you imagine a more important and imperative time to be of sound mind, of clear thoughts, clear focus, clear intentions, and vibrations? I'm serious. Chalk is giving away 3 or 4 more bags of the chocolate powder, which is organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia, which I'm drinking a huge jug of right now, which is freaking delicious. $100 value, certified heirloom, certified organic, extremely detoxifying, boosts your pineal gland massively. Tom, I want to talk to you, dude. Boosts your pineal gland because it has so many antioxidants, super detoxing, delicious. You'll absolutely love it. And also an interesting thing about it is that it's has so many antioxidants, and those bind to phthalates, microplastics, pesticides, heavy metals, all the crazy shit they're finding in us. And that's what gives you such mental clarity from it. Plus, it stimulates the production of bliss chemicals, which is tryptophan, dopamine, and serotonin. And it calibrates. It's really good for your endocrine system, which we know so many chemicals we're exposed to disrupt our hormones. So the way the deal works, it is first come, first serve. I just put the link in the chat, so make sure you go to chalk.com. Chalk ships out of Georgia. They're based in Texas. They have an all-American customer service team, and they have over 5,000 third-party verified 5-star reviews on Trustpilot. So it is a legit company, and I've been partnered with them since 2019. That's the only product or service I've promoted on my page since then. Now, the crazy part is the way the deal works. The number one supplement for men and women at chalk.com, which has been revered throughout history. Genghis Khan took it. Bruce Lee took it. Vladimir Putin must take it because the Russian military secretly studied it for 40 years. The purified shilajit is a herbo-mineral compound. It's clinically studied. Chalk's is clinically studied, I should say. It boosts testosterone production for men. It balances hormones for women. It stimulates the production of new brain cells, which is like the movie Limitless, that pill. That's basically what it does. And it's extremely pro-fertile. So you will love the hot water purified shilajit, but this is the way the deal works. Shout out to Green Groiper. Go to chalk.com if you're one of the next 3 or 4 people to put a male or a female vitality stack. Shout out to Quinn. Quinn, welcome to freaking Rumble, dude. Make sure the live notifications are turned on so you know when I'm live next time. Then you don't have to rely on me going live on Instagram to know I'm live on Rumble. Shout out to Quinn, man. Go to chalk.com if you're one of the next 2 or 3 people to get a male or female vitality stack, or the performance stack, which has the Chad mode in it. You guys have seen Chad mode before, right? This is like a seriously potent, super adaptogenic pre-workout energy drink. It's got 150 milligrams of organic caffeine per scoop. It has the Chad meme face on it. And it also contains 150 milligrams organic caffeine, cold water extracted from green coffee beans, and it has the organic blue spirulina, which is one of the most powerful decalcifying, detoxifying compounds in the natural world. I've been taking this, and I have video footage of this. Shut up and listen. Someone's like, excuse me. My eyeballs fully got multiple shades, I guess, whiter from taking Chad mode throughout the summer consistently every single day. So I Google it because one day I'm filming a video and I'm like, why do my eyes look so fucking white? And I go back to old videos. I'm like, damn, like I actually got whiter eyes. Like, what the hell's with that? I start Googling it. Blue spirulina has some compound in it, which not only is super good for your eyes, but also it detoxes you hardcore. Well, your eyes, if you study iridology, your eyes are holographic representations of all of your organs and your entire body. So it's what came first, the chicken or the egg? Did my eyeballs whiten because my body was being detoxed? Or did my body detox from the blue spirulina, which made my eyes get whiter? Like, I'm wondering. But either way, it's freaking cool. If you get a male or a female or a performance stack at chalk.com and you add it to your cart and you apply that discount code 44life, that drops the price 44% off for life, which you can cancel or modify at any time. And automatically you're going to get that free $100 bag of the chocolate powder included in your order. You're not going to see it on your order form, but it's going to be packed up in your box. And I should mention the vast majority, this is why many people have tried Shilajit before. The vast majority of Shilajit is the tar resin, which is 20 to 30% water and usually contains heavy metals. Our Shilajit is heavy metal tested. The water is evaporated. It's a potent concentrate, and it has the clinical studies to back it up, which many companies literally use Chalk's clinical studies to promote their Shilajit, which is from a totally different source and usually full of heavy metals. So there is a bit of tomfoolery going on. You do need to know that. But I wanted to get that and discuss that before we get into the rest of this World War III stuff, because apparently a ton of people are on the site right now. And I want to make sure if you're among the first 3 or 4 people, you get that freebie included in your order. Again, male stack, female stack, or the Chad mode. Include that discount code. Make sure you apply that code and you will get the freebie. Now, cheers to the lit. Thank you, chocolate. Mr. God's Chilean Soldier said, is there a Rothschild central bank in Venezuela, or is it still controlled by the Venezuelan government? Dude, I am sure someone has like written a book on that and somehow knows for sure. But what's crazy, dude, is if you type in Rothschild's own central banks, like you can barely find any information on that other than them saying that that's actually a really mean conspiracy that is not true at all. So I don't know, dude. I don't know. I do wonder. I think I kind of blindly, black and whitely, kind of thought that if a country is willing to mass lockdown, mass you know what, mask them, restrict travel, blah, blah, I kind of assumed that any country that did that and went along with that ploy is a part of the New World Order and totally controlled. I know it's a bit black and white, but that's kind of where I went with that. How's it World War III? Dude, so Tom, right now the Pentagon and the Washington D.C. are working overtime because every single pizza restaurant around them is busy as hell, which is indicative that where thousands and thousands of people are working overtime. So shit's going on, shit's popping off, and conflict in the Middle East, dude. Conflict in the Middle East, and now, of course, we're hearing all this other stuff about. Well, side note, the U.S. Navy in one of their manuals has a weapon, a laser weapon, that they can use to laser beam missiles out of the air 100 miles away, 50 feet above the ocean. Now, here's where that kind of just fully proved that the Earth is actually flat. Just bear with me and just hold on. Lasers don't curve. The Earth is said to curve at the rate of 8 inches per mile squared. If a laser beam is being shot out of a Navy ship at a missile 100 miles away, there would be 6,600 inches of curvature in the way of that laser beam. It is literally impossible for that laser beam to work on a globe and at the distances that it says in that manual it's capable of doing. So that's just a side note, okay? But anyways, we're talking about, apparently all these headlines are coming out. Trump says he's ready to assist Israel in bombing Iran if they detect a threat. Like, it's picking up, man. It's popping off. And furthermore, when I hear that, I know that the stage is set. People have been talking about it for decades. And I do think it's worth watching a couple videos on Rumble, they won't be on YouTube, of Bill Cooper explaining the whole plan. But when you research that side of things, then you kind of go, damn, how much of this whole thing is a show and is staged and nursed to become what it is, rather than it be like organic retaliations and like, we got to stop this to be able to do that, as opposed to it being like the stepping stones that have already been in place to get us closer to a singularity. Because how are you going to get, this is the way my understanding is this, to get everyone merged with artificial intelligence, which is the plan to fully control us, you need to really get them dependent on you so they can't really say no to your merging with AI because you're dependent on them. To make us fully dependent on them, they have to get rid of cash, and they have to make digital IDs and make them integrated into every aspect of our lives. Then they'll be able to do the mark of the beast. So the way they do that, though, is by causing probably, or by the results of, a global conflict and or a global like financial collapse. So I don't know, dude, but after seeing what would happen when people are buying toilet paper in Schmovid-19, like, that was a little bit shocking. I will say that was a little bit shocking. Could you imagine if it was for food? Or you see how they do on Black Friday. Imagine if that was like over food. Like, don't imagine it, actually. I don't want you to put energy into that thought, but I'm just saying. Now, Tom's like, bro, the world is screwed, man. This satanic Illuminati shit is getting way too out of hand, man. Tom, tell me about it, dude. But I don't want you to, Tom, I vibrationally detect exactly where you're at. I have a feeling of where you're at, and I want to tell you this. Have no fear. Continue on your journey of research and having an open mind and finding out more. There's a reason you followed my account out of the millions of Instagram accounts. There's also likely a reason you happened to join this live on Instagram first and then went all the way out to make an account on Rumble. Like, you're exactly where you're meant to be. So, and I understand your frustrations. Like, yeah, this satanic Illuminati shit is getting out of hand. No shit. But there's a grand plan to this, dude. We were made, we were created, we were put here. We were meant to persevere through this. So be strong. Braveheart never said, or he might have said in his head, this fucking kingdom, we got to take those damn freaking Brits, man. I got to chop that guy's head off. Like, you know, maybe he kind of thought that, but he also said, let me go take this on, you know? And so, as Rob says, we have already won, Tom. Now, that is a deep and profound statement that we have already won, but understanding the way that our thoughts create reality, literally, that's the only reason anything in this reality has been created is from the human thought form, whether they were manipulated into thinking it or they thought it organically. That's how it became in our physical reality. Then if we say, and if we know this is the truest statement you could actually make, is that we have already won and that it is already done. That is actually like a profound spiritual divine teaching. Quinn said, I know I'm divinely protected. Know it and it shall be, dude. 100%. Shorty said, just goes to show that we are a lot closer to the end. But Shorty, I think it's going to be the end of something, but the beginning of a new. Could you imagine this for a second? Imagine this. Picture this. Because right now we're thinking World War III, no food at the grocery store, everyone's killing each other, we're so fucked. But think of the other thing. The world is organic. There's no more fluoride. There's no interest. There's no mortgages. We all live happy. I'm not even trying to, just listen. Anything we think is possible. So don't come at me like I'm this Greenpeace activist thinking about a utopia. Is it possible that we could stop poisoning our food supply and making all these problems? Yes. Is it possible we could get rid of interest, predatory banks, fractional reserve lending, bankrupting our fucking countries with this unpayable debt? Like, is it possible to change all that? Yes. So is the potential of a beautiful, amazing reality for all of us that is 1,000 times better than right now? Yes, it's possible, dude. And that's why we're manifesting it. And that's also the importance of making sure that you're detoxing and boosting your brain function so that your frequencies are at their peak function, which is also why I wanted to congratulate Mr. whoever just got the male vitality stack at chalk.com and they used the code 44life. Whoever just ordered, dude, you are getting the free $100 bag of the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia. You're going to freaking love it, dude. Shout out to whoever just got the male stack. The male stack has the Tomcat 100, which boosts free testosterone 87% in 21 days, plus sperm count, sperm motility, mental clarity, muscle mass, muscle recovery, and muscular endurance. We have 23 clinical studies on Tomcat alone, and it's wildcrafted. Most Tomcat is farmed in China, actually. So he got the Tomcat. He got the Chalk Daily, which is the #1 supplement for men, which boosts total testosterone 21% in 90 days. Plus, it has the Shilajit, which increases memory, cognition, focus, mental clarity, and more. And then he also got the organic ashwagandha, which is one of my favorites because it's in the male and female stack. It massively boosts melatonin production, so you get 1,000 times better sleep while you're taking it. It's a hormone optimizer, and it's pro-fertile. So that guy, whoever just ordered, dude, you got the full-blown male stack and the $100 bag of chocolate included in your order. The next, apparently several people have performance stacks in their cart, and that comes with the Chad mode. You will absolutely freaking love the Chad mode. If you guys are on the fence, make sure you go to chalk.com, put that discount code 44life on your subscription. Male stack, female stack, performance stack, add that to your cart, put that discount code on, and if you're one of the next 2 or 3 people, you're going to get the free $100 bag of the chocolate powder included in it. Now, I wanted to say also as well, Quinn said, all time is happening right now anyway. There's no past or future. Everything is happening right now. That is a shocking and profound statement as well, dude. Shout out to Quinn. Tom said, it is mad, bro. And sound for that, man. It can get scary when you see all this shit going off and how crazy the world actually is. Well, Tom, that's part of the awakening, dude. The good thing is to not necessarily run around and, like, I don't really preach anymore per se in real life other than online. Like, you guys follow me, you may want to hear what I have to say, but I'm not going to go up to, like, my uncles and shit. If it organically happens, we'll talk about it. But so if you want, you can run around telling your parents and your family and your friends all this shit's going on, but you want to understand it more yourself, and then it can be eased into in a conversation. You know what I mean? Rather than, I mean, that's what I did. I made the mistake of just telling everyone that they're poisoning us with fluoride, and then they're all like, oh, this guy's crazy, but, you know, whatever. Every end is a new beginning. Exactly, Esoteric. Exactly, dude. Shout out to Shorty as well. She said, our creator has bigger plans. Sadly, Satan is running the show now. What's this thing people are talking to me about? Are we in Little Satan's season or something, or Little season? What's that whole thing about? Um, but yeah, you know, I heard I heard David Icke say like 40 years ago. He's like, look around the world. Does it feel like and seem like and appear like the forces of good are in control of this world right now? And many people wonder the answer to that question. Yeah, that's right. Quinn said the system we all know is flawed and has to fall in order for the one we want to come in. That's right. 100%, man. Aiden said Jesus Christ is king and he will prevail through this globalist satanic BS. 100%. Well, I mean, I don't even know if that's a question. Of course, like, what can he not prevail through? Lightning said, so if election fraud comes out of Venezuela, will Smartmatic, doesn't Trump get another 4 years? Good question, Lightning. Good, absolute question, man. Guys, if you don't know what happened yesterday, Tony Westbrook, who worked at SpaceX, he literally was on the live and he's like, yeah, man, I live in Long Beach. Like, come visit. So I zoom in on Long Beach and I go, oh, dude. I zoom in and I see a random street and it was Lime Avenue. And I say, yo, are you in Lime Avenue? And he says, bro, I'm on Lemon Avenue. I said, fuck off. The reason he actually is telling the truth, and that was a bit of a synchronicity, a shocking, mind-blowing thing. And that also reminds me of the time that when I said, congratulations to Nicole for your order. But the person's name wasn't Nicole. And then the next person who ordered was named Nicole. Like, that was a cool synchronicity. So congratulations to Tom and Tim and the Chilean soldier for your orders and your free lit that you're getting included in your orders. And Quinn, congratulations on your freaking order too, dude. Go to chalk.com, get a male or a female or a performance stack. Apply that discount code 44life. You're getting a massive $100 bag of the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia included in it. And on top of that, you're getting that massive discount with the 44% off as well. And there is like 2 or 3 slots left because that guy just got the mail stack. Sonny said the land is beautiful, but I'm ready to get out of California. Well, Sonny, what I saw a guy say was, hey, sit there, fully relax, then picture in your head the exact outcome you want to see yourself in. Then write it down and then read it to yourself every day like 100 times. Take it with you everywhere and read it. And then all of a sudden, boom, bang, bing, it will certainly appear in the physical. You know what I mean? Quinn said, that's why there's so many highly sensitive people here now to end the war cycle. We're the generational curse breakers. Dude, I honestly believe that because if we think about the past, I mean, there was definitely cycles and many of them not being broken. And I feel like now people are going back to organicness. They're going back to, like, I don't know too many people now who are necessarily still getting like the belt, from their parents. Like, I think we're out of the whole belting thing. And so cycles are breaking, dude, 100%. We're vibrating at higher levels. I would say, Tony, I can say that what all of us, even someone on here, if there's someone on here who knows the least amount of things going on in the world, they know more about what's going on in the world than the most quote unquote informed or the average informed person like 80 years ago when you were just reading the newspaper from one news source that was pretty much fully controlled. You know what I mean? Like, now the age of information is upon us. We're on the freaking internet, dude. And shit, it does get censored, and there is psyops, and there is information warfare, but there is a way to weed through the weeds and figure out what actually the Sam Dam is going on. You know what I mean? So, and I do think what massively assists that too is having discernment. And you can, of course, and you do ask for discernment, pray for discernment, but also, when your pineal gland is decalcified because you're taking the Shilajit or the chocolate powder or the Chad mode, I think that unlocks different frequencies. Because here's the thing, your DNA is made of light codes and minerals are frequencies of light. So what's supposed to build your DNA is minerals. Now, this is the crazy part. Even if you're eating 100% organically, you're getting less than 10% of the full matrix of minerals today. If you're taking the male stack or the female stack, you're getting the full matrix of bioavailable minerals in the form of the shilajit and the Irish moss. I think that plays a massive role as well. Aiden said, should I get the male stack and add a Chad mode or just get the performance stack? Dude, I would do male stack and Chad mode only because since they're doing 44% off, almost 50% off for life, it's a no-brainer because the male stack, you got that Chalk Daily, the Tomcat, and the ashwagandha, which work together in unison because the shilajit is a potentiator, so it increases the potential of any other herb or superfood that's taken with it. And then if you're putting Chad mode on top of that, like, dude, that is a freaking game changer, man. And look what Hand said. He said minerals activate vitamins. You know what vitamins used to stand for? Vital minerals, because every single vitamin required a mineral to activate it. Still, to this day, requires a mineral to activate it. So you could take every vitamin literally in the world, but if you're not getting the minerals, you cannot absorb or utilize or activate and get benefits from those vitamins. Furthermore, the shilajit, the Irish moss, and the chalk minerals literally increase nutrient delivery and nutrient absorption in your body. In the same food you're eating today, you get more nutrients from if you're taking bioavailable minerals with it. So it goes even, the benefits even extend that, which is shocking. So that's a good point, Aiden. Just make sure you put that discount code 44 life on there. Do not pay full pop when they're doing the 44% off lifetime discount. And also, boom, bang, bang. Which one's this one? Oh, yeah, the Black Swan event. Tom said it's snowing. Oh, yeah, Tom said, do you think we'll survive if World War III happens? Dude, I don't worry about that because it's in God's hands. And I don't mean that to say, like, you know, but I'm just saying, of course, I hope, but what's the plan? There could be a different plan, you know, like I would imagine, like, I wonder to myself this, but I don't know if this is being like ego or ignorant or arrogant, but I kind of think because of the way my life has played out up until now, that I do feel anyway, but I'm sure people thought this maybe who also perished, but I'm thinking all the synchronicities, all the divine things that have happened that have led me to be on Instagram, post this stuff, meet people from around the world, share this information, raise awareness, expose the truth. Like, am I destined to just like, there's some bomb go off? And I'm just like, I just don't really see that. I don't really see that. But maybe some people who did perish in a bomb thought that would never happen to them. So I don't know. It's out of my hands, man. We won't know what day it is. Same thing. We won't know what day he's coming back. Now, Tom said, though, it's snowing like crazy over here. Biggest snowstorm in 20 years. Dude, where the Sam Dam are you, bro? Because today was freaking warm out. Shit was melting. Strong said, memory is the most advanced thing in all of existence. I do love memory, man. It's such an interesting thing. Like, you tell me my neurons, like, store information snippets of things that have happened to me. Like, our brains are so cool. It's incredible that our brains came from an explosion, you know, the Big Bang. I'm just kidding. People do think that for some reason, though. Wow, look what Strong Ass said. Your imagination is used against you. The liar's biggest weapons are their myths of fear. They think of the best ones because they are the most chicken shit scared. Wow, Strong. That is strong, dude. Yeah, it was nice out, Larry, but it's kind of anomalous. Like, I was expecting a cold snap and freezing cold winter because on December 15th it was like -30 out. So, but I'm wondering where Tom is. Like, what is I want to see like a weather map quick. Like, when's the next snowfall? Let me check the weather here anyway. Hold on a sec. On the border of Missouri and Arkansas. Dude, mega. Tim, that is a freaking awesome spot, man. I've zoomed in and I love that spot, dude. Arkansas. What do we got? Let's do 14 days. Like, do we have any wind coming in? So tonight it might rain a bit. No, tonight it's going to be -6. Tomorrow it's going to snow. Oh, tomorrow actually. Wait, this is like the next few days. It might snow a bit this week. It actually is calling for snow for the next like 10 days straight. But it's bullshit because the one day it said 1 to 2 centimeters and it snowed like 5 inches. So, you know, the weatherman, eh? Tom said, I think you're right, man. Quantum immortality states will never die because we'll always be in the universe where we survive. So we might never actually die from your perspective. And in the UK, oh, Tom, you said something that made me think you were from the UK. So now that's confirmed. Yeah. You know what's interesting too? Hold on a sec. What's interesting though is what I think about. Yo, Aiden, Aiden, definitely go for the mail stack and the Chad mode, dude, because you're getting. I only say that because since they're doing almost 50% off with the 44% off lifetime discount, and because I do love the Chad mode so much and the full blown mail stack, I would go mail stack and Chad mode rather than just the performance stack. Because with the performance stack, you do miss out on the Chalk Daily and the Ashwagandha. So I would fully rip the mail stack and the Chad mode 100%, man. And you will love the Chad mode. Like it is, dude. Chris James, who's watching right now, has I think he has an active quadruple subscription to Chad mode. He gets 4 Chad modes a month, and he is serious about it, man. Tyler said the lit powder is probably the best tasting cacao I've ever had. Thanks for the hookup, brother. Dude, shut up to Tyler, man. I'm so glad you like it. I told you guys you will love it. It is freaking amazing. I'm glad you're enjoying it, bro, because hold on a sec. Hold on. Because I'm picturing your pineal gland decalcifying. That is freaking amazing, dude. Is it 37 trillion or 50 trillion cells? I thought it was 50, man. But Tyler, so I think you got the mail stack. That's how you got the lit, eh? Yes, the website is chalk.com, CHOQ.com, and the coupon code is 44life. So that's that 44% off lifetime discount. I don't know how long they're going to be doing the free lit for. I know that there's like, I guess because that guy just got the mail stack, we have 3 or 4 left to give away on this live. But last I heard, they actually are running low on the lit. So I don't know how long they're going to do this special for. But it's free lit with a male, female, or performance stack, and you get that 44% off freaking discount, man, which is insane. Aiden says he's ordering tonight. Dude, just try to make sure, like when we end the live, the deal's usually kind of capped. Like if you're on the fence, I would try to quickly get that order in tonight only. Like smash that discount code on there because there's a bunch of people on the site right now as well. I want to hold a slot for you. But yeah, look what Sunny said. She said, my memory is better since taking chalk. The interesting thing is I love hearing that. And I'm also eerily unsurprised because it's not a willy-nilly. We know with the clinical studies that it boosts your memory, your cognition, your focus, and concentration. Sonny said, so many people are waking up and wanting to decalcify and detox metals. Well, when you find out the truth of what we're being sprayed with, it's hard to, wake up and want to maintain your amount that is in you. You know what I mean? Like it's freaking shocking. Okay, shout out to Aiden. He's putting the order on right now. Shout out to Aiden. I'll make sure Chalk includes that freebie. I'll send them a note, say watch out for Aiden's order so that you get the lit. Strong guy says, he said, well, if oxygen isn't alive, apparently we're about 60% oxygen atoms by mass. And since we're made of tiny non-living things, that means life comes from a non-living beginning. Therefore, life, even if totally destroyed, can return otherwise. How are we alive? I don't know. Like oxygen, not a lot. That's an interesting. I've never really heard that before, to be honest. But that kind of reminds me of like the Big Bang. Like life came from non-life. It is kind of a stretch, you know what I mean? But anyway, I'll have to marinate on that. The interesting thing that we found out recently, though, was that there's something going on with apparently this whistleblower came out and he said that there is a whatchamacallit, in pretty much all pharmaceuticals that there is, or pharmaceutical products, is a heavy metal called, what was it again? There's some metal who remembers, I've told this story so many times, like that uncle who always tells you the same story. There's a highly tunable atom, a metal that's in pharmaceutical products that it may be very well used to alter people's vibrational frequency in conjunction with the cell towers. And that's not even including all the heavy metals and shit that we're inhaling, which is why it's absolutely imperative to be detoxing. I mean, and let alone even the microplastics. I mean, that's a whole nother freaking story, big time. The graphene, exactly, Larry. The graphene, probably. Yeah, I was nervous to get if I ever had to get a tooth pulled because I don't want to get the anesthesia because I talked to a guy for like an hour one night who he bought like 3 or 4 male vitality stacks, and he told me the reason he's buying them is because he had to do some dental work and had to get um he had to take this anesthesia, this injectable thing, and then he said like afterwards or perhaps even before he got it, he had researched and there's graphene in this thing. So he wanted to detox hardcore and he got a whole bunch of chalk because he wanted to detox that. Green Groiper said, life has never been observed to come from non-life. True. The theory of evolution is based on a lot of things that just aren't. That is true. There's a single cell bacteria, but nothing between single cells and complex life. That's true. I mean, you've seen the whatchamacallit, the video of a under a microscope of a embryo making a nervous system or its like spine. Very complex, dude. More complex than a car, which takes many designers and craftsmen to make it. You know what I mean? So I get it. I get it. Say no to root canals, 100%, dude. Definitely say no to them. And you know what? I found out a trick they do. You may go in for just a filling, and apparently, like this holistic dentist told me the other day, that you'll go in for a filling, and they'll be drilling your tooth, and then they'll like go and drill too much, which then causes a nerve thing, which then they say, oh shit, we can't fill it. We have to give you a root canal. Like um, millions of people have gotten a root canal through that little loophole, and it is freaking shocking, man. So it makes you wonder for sure. Oh shit! Congratulations to just got a Chad mode, a Tomcat, an Irish Moss, and the chalk minerals. Dude, congratulations to just stocked up on a whole bunch of chalk, subscribed. They use the code 44life. They're getting that free lit because that's a qualifying order for sure. Congratulations. He went to chalk.com, that's choq.com. He put the code 44life on there. So he got the 44% off lifetime discount, which of course you can cancel or modify your subscription at any time, and automatically you're getting the free lit. Oh shit, and congratulations to Aiden, who just got his mail stack and his Chad mode. Aiden, dude, you're going to be freaking stoked, man. Shout out to Aiden, who just got the mail stack and the Chad mode at chalk.com. Now you're getting the free lit. Aiden, I'm freaking stoked for you, dude. When you first have your first scoop of Chad mode, literally start with like 1. It's very potent. It's very powerful, man. And I'm absolutely thrilled for you, dude. Shout out to Aiden. He said, I just ordered the mail stack with the Chad powder. Used the code. Only paid $100. So worth it for my body. Shout out to Aiden, man. I'm telling you right now, when you're bored, by the way, Aiden, you quickly made that decision to order. When you're bored or you got some downtime, I highly recommend, just for fun, like you probably just read the site for like 20 minutes, but dude, there's so many clinical studies and other benefits that I didn't even get to mention to you of all the stuff that you just ordered, man. Like you invested in yourself just now. Dude, I don't smoke weed, Tom. And also, dude, I've been partnered with Chalk since 2019. And the first thing they ordered was, I think, 144 bottles of the daily, and we had Action. Now it's Action 2.0, so we revamped the Action. And dude, ever since then, the word, like people, the reviews that were coming in even in the first like couple weeks was shocking. And then I was 100% called to be like, yo, let's actually tell more people about this. And then that's what I've done basically since 2019, dude. The body always has the ability to heal / repair as long as all systems are operating well. To clarify, Tyler, yes. I mean, I have to say, like, chalk supports healthy vitality, supports healthy brain function, supports and rejuvenates and restores and boosts the health and function. That's definitely a true statement, man, 100%. Though chalk is not does not treat, cure, or diagnose any disease. Of course, it's strictly to support healthy function and whatnot. Tyler said, along the same lines of root canals and the abilities of the nervous system, a tooth decaying due to a cavity signals the root to form a calcified layer if the decay progresses too far. Really, Tyler? I see. I didn't even know about that. Tell me more about it, man. That's an amazing. See, it's all intelligent design. It's like when how come when you go deaf, all of a sudden you get better vision or better smell? Like if you lose one sense, other senses get stronger. Like that is a cool one too. Um, the USPS thing, Tona Bella. So USPS just launched a internal memo to a whole bunch of people, all their officers, and it reads as basically United States Postal Service sends alarming letter out to all employees and contractors. Letter signals that an impending crisis of civil unrest or an epidemic could be imminent. Just days into 2026, USPS is issuing memos reminding workers to carry essential service letters and IDs to bypass travel restrictions during emergencies like epidemics, hurricanes, or civil unrest. The last time truckers saw these letters in our industry was during the COVID crisis. Pay attention, it says. So I'm thinking, like, is this ICE thing about to pop off? You know, I wonder if this ICE thing is about to pop off. That's true. Strongat says if you removed all the other life forms from you, you would be dead. Well, isn't that what they say? That the human body is supposed to contain more bacterial cells than human cells. A healthy, optimal functioning human being has more bacterial cells than human cells. And therefore, you know, that checks out actually. Yeah, if you had no bacteria in you, I guess your whole immune system would fall apart. You'd be totally gimped. Esoteric said the antibacterial psyop is a big one. Bro, it's huge. You know that you're not even, if you have a septic tank, a septic system, you are not supposed to use antibacterial soaps because if you have a good septic system, a healthy septic system, you almost never need to pump it to get it pumped out. But if you're putting antibacterial soap in it, it kills the bacteria in the septic tank, which is supposed to break down and degrade and turn into just purely organic matter. Tom said, I think Russia just going to blow up the UK and then full-blown nuclear war. I know you don't believe in nukes, but if one of these lands, we're all fucked. Dude, I wouldn't work. Do not keep yourself up at night worried about if Russia is going to nuke the UK or blow up the UK, even if it wasn't a nuke. Literally, do not fear, bro. Absolutely have zero fear in the slightest. I'm not worried about that in the slightest. I'd be more worried about something happening that causes like civil or rather like hysteria in the streets or, you know, something like that. I would sooner think that that would happen than bombs dropping in the UK. But bombs have dropped in the UK in the past. So, you know, but I wouldn't, you know, it's crazy because we're so, I feel, you know, removed from war because I've never seen or experienced. We've just heard, we've grown up watching movies and it feels like it's never happened to us. It never would happen to us. But obviously, some people on here, you know, Chris James, dude, he was a freaking operator, dude. Chris James was like a private security contractor, Jason Bourne in the Middle East, dude. Like, you guys don't know. We got guys who are built different in here. Tom said, everyone in the UK is shook right now, like everyone in my city and the whole country. Are you serious? Are you guys worried as hell about Russia right now? Let me see. Hold on. Is the UK worried about Russia? If so, the stage is set, and then I would be UK could fire on Russians. Okay, we saw that. December 9th, the British Broadcasting Corporation said how long Britain could really fight for if a war broke out tomorrow. And then the first line, to be clear, it is extremely unlikely that the UK would ever find itself in a war with Russia on its own, unsupported by NATO allies. Oh, so in other words, if we went to war with them, don't worry, it'd be a world war. And then Putin said, we're not planning to go to war with Europe, but if Europe wants to and starts, we are ready right now. Are you serious, man? They're going to throw Russians at Ukrainians and Russians at British folks. And damn, man. Yeah, that's crazy. How war could look like in the tech age. Well, that's odd. I've got no signal on my phone. Me neither. I'm offline. What's going on? That scenario, hypothetically, is just one way we could know that a war with Russia had begun or was about to. Okay, because they would be doing a cyber attack would be a part of it. I think we are swing for sure. I do think we are, but is there going to be a physical version of that? Oh, that's cool, Tim. He says if you feed your, that's awesome, Tim. That's a good hack, man. That could save people a lot of freaking cash. Um, yo, Aiden, by the way, you should be getting that in 2 to 5 business days, usually closer to 2. So shout out to Aiden, who's getting his lovely deer mail stack and Chad mode included in his order. And of course, the chocolate powder for free. If you guys are on the site now, this is literally the last call. We're going to be capping the live imminently. Go to chalk.com, get a male stack, a female stack, or a performance stack. Get it in your cart. Apply that discount code 44life. Pretty much that's the notion, Frankie. Put it in your cart and apply the discount code 44life. Unlock that discount, and then you will be getting the free 100% or $100 rather bag of the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia. This is the last call. Captain Wall said, bro thinks China can beat USA. That's a good one. LOL. What's up, y'all? Dude, who thinks China can beat US? I mean, dude, it's the tech age. They would try to, someone said China would do more damage to the US or vice versa if they did a cyber attack rather than a physical altercation. You know what I mean? But I wonder. I do wonder. Yeah, the website is chalk.com and the discount code is 44life. So it's choq.com and then that discount code right there. I just put it in the chat. It's first come, first serve. We literally have 2 bags left to give away because Aiden ordered and the other guy ordered and someone else got a Chad mode and a minerals and a bunch of other stuff. So shout out to everyone who got their amazing stacks and superfoods on the live. And you're getting that free lit and you will love it, just like Mr. Just gave his real-time review. Damn, Strong Ass is coming out with crazy facts, man. That's shocking. Yeah, Tom, dude. I agree with Karate John. I do agree, man. I do agree. And also, we should really be thinking more about massively boosting your vibrational frequency. I mean, we're talking about the decades we've been exposed to the microplastics, the phthalates, the pesticides, and all these crazy things we've been exposed to. It's freaking insane, man. It's a covert chemical assault on humanity. And it stops when we get this stuff out of us and raise enough awareness to get them to cease the dispersion of these contaminants and chemicals in the food, air, and water supply. So, guys, this is literally the final announcement for the free lit. Go to choq.com, chalk.com, add a male, female, or a performance stack to your cart. Apply that discount code 44life to get the discount, and you will get that free chocolate powder included in it. Now, the other thing that's very interesting is that anything that you take with Shilajit is considered a potentiator. So it increases the potential of any other herb or superfood taken with it. So that's why Shilajit is in the male and female stack, because it massively increases the potency of the other herbs and compounds and everything that's in the Tongkat, the ashwagandha, the Chad mode. You know, it all works in conjunction with one another. And the other cool thing is that if you're getting the stack, that completely removes, or rather consolidates, the people's supplement regimens, because it has all the minerals, ton of bioactive compounds, its hormones, its fertility, its brain function. Hold on a sec. Yes, exactly. You know, there's some people who think that there's a global cult that operates behind the curtain in basically all countries, and that wars are really just spectacles to be able to get us closer to this new world order. I wonder if that's true. Um, that's what, dude, Green Groiper, that's pretty much, I think it's been prophesized, man. I think that there, well, when you talk about the Illuminati, is it one country that's being the Illuminati, or is it like a, you know, pervasive force, or as Robert or John F. Kennedy said, they operate from the unseen and they take up positions of power all around the world and are real enemies, you know, blah, 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 blah. I mean, I don't really believe in an organic conflict between China, or what with China, Russia, and Iran teaming up on the Western forces. Like, I think that it would be um, orchestrated. And I know it could be black and white, but, you know, that's right, Strong. That is true. That is true. Well, that's why you have a lock on your door, right? What's your over under on taking Greenland in 2026? You think Denmark is bluffing? Tyler, that's a good question, man. I do think that that is part of. I'm going to get you guys the exact title of this proposed plan that was like in the 90s, or was it a leaked map or whatever it was, and it was like North America and Greenland, Central America and Colombia and Venezuela to be controlled by one governing body, and it's part of the New World Order. It sounds like that we're getting closer to that, and it's under the pretext of security, this, that, and the other. But isn't that, dude? If you watch what you called, if you watch Star Wars, when the guy is going and talking in front of hundreds of people who represent all the different planets, Emperor Palpatine says the Empire is now control over the like galaxy, and they will bring more safety and security than we've ever had before. So the welfare of the people has always been, or will always be, the alibi of tyrants, right? So think about that. The alibi of tyrants, the thing they say they're doing for the reason is always for the betterment, right? They have to lie big. Um, yes. Wow, that's so cool. Esoteric said, dogs protect you from lower astral entities or demons. All your dog will ever want to do is love you because it intuitively knows that love is the only real medicine. That is so cool, man. Laserface says, I'm a mailman. What did they issue? The issue, or the warning they issued, is that they are like reminding everyone to carry these documents on them that show that they're exempt from travel restrictions and that they're an essential service if there's an epidemic, a hurricane, or civil unrest. So I think there's never been a more important time to have our heads on a swivel and be of sound mind and high vibrational frequency to be able to see through this illusion and make sure that we're at our peak function and form. That's why, with this last call for the free bag of the chocolate powder, the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia, we're literally shutting this down imminently. Free bags of chocolate, limited inventory, $100 value, getting included in people's orders for free. If you go to choq.com, choq.com, and add a male or a female or a performance stack in your cart, and then you apply the discount code 44life, you get a lifetime 44% off discount, which you can cancel or modify your subscription anytime, but automatically you're going to get that free bag of the lit. Now, you can cancel or modify your subscription at any time, but keep in mind the clinically studied benefits are based on consistent consumption over 90 days. So you do want to get a consistent dose. to experience the full range of benefits. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, that's true, Walt. I don't believe that China could invade the U.S. and win. That's not going to happen. It was sent to officers. So, so okay. Here's the fact check then. Laserface says we ain't say that shit. The United States Postal Service sends alarming letter out to all employees and contractors. So that part is wrong then, because if you work there, you didn't get it. On the actual letter, it says to Postal Service. Hold on, where is it? Officers. So contact your officer for USPS. See if he got this letter from January 5th from Doug A. Tulno, who is the, I don't know if he's like the, what is he, the CEO or something? I wonder, man. I do wonder. Shout out to the two Toms we got. We got Toms, we got Tims. Yeah, exactly. Shout out to Corpus. He said the cacao has made me feel more Bergeron. Just after 3 days, I feel a difference. Wow, dude. What the hell is Bergeron? That sounds freaking good, though. I'm telling you guys, I've had organic cacao before, but organic heirloom cacao is built different. It is seriously built different. The amount of bioactive compounds in it, the antioxidants in it, which are massively detoxing and decalcifying, you're going to freaking love it. If you're on the site right now, no, it's USPS officers, dude. Do you have an officer, like a higher up? Maybe he got it. If you're going to chalk.com right now or you're on the site, make sure you get that freaking discount code applied to your cart to max the discount and get that freebie included in it as well. Hold on a sec. That's crazy, Green Groiber. That's crazy, man. Shout out to all the dear folks like Swing, Walt, Sonny. You know, Walt, actually, it's funny that you summoned yourself into the live because I actually just mentioned you like 5 minutes before you commented. So maybe I manifested you, dude. Yeah, exactly. That's interesting, esoteric. Witness has been, yeah, exactly. Exactly. I do wonder about these. I told you guys the other day about the trees, Devil's Tower, and how maybe that increased the oxygen. If they were all these ancient giant trees, that it increased the oxygen in the atmosphere or the atmosphere, which then resulted in people being bigger, like giants, giant insects, and everything like that. Imagine that, eh? Okay, see if the inspectors got that email then, Laserface. In fact, Laserface here. Hold on a second. I'll send the link to you in the chat right now. And you like read it over, see what you think, send it to your colleagues, and let me know your thoughts. Sec. So get that clicked, dude. Okay, so whoever's on the site right now, apparently a bunch of people are. If and people have stuff in their carts, you'd be surprised how people accidentally don't use the discount code. So if you're on the site now, remember to put that 44 life on the subscription so that you unlock the discount and then you get that free $100 bag organic heirloom cacao. This is the last call on it, by the way. We're literally about to cap the live, so do not be willy-nillying around here. Also, congratulations to Aiden and all the other guys who just, and I think a woman ordered as well, who got your superfoods. I'm telling you, with the 5,000 third-party verified 5-star reviews on Trustpilot, it is like without a doubt. If you are taking chalk, you are being benefited massively. If you're taking it, see, people say, how long till I feel a difference? Well, 30% of all chalk's active subscribers, 30% of them report feeling a difference within the first few days. Another 30% within the first few weeks. But the main thing is that because it's clinically studied, as long as you're getting them into you consistently, you are being benefited. So it's a big freaking deal to get into. It's compounds. The benefits compound 100%. And the site is choq.com. That's chalk.com. And the code is 44life right there. Make sure you apply it. So what we'll probably do is we'll see that the whatchamacallit, when this announcement comes out tomorrow, many people think it could be a Black Swan event. So we're gonna find out exactly how Swanny it is, because I don't know how these tariffs would be considered illegal, but whether they're legal or illegal, people are betting on both sides. It is setting up the stage to be possibly a little bit shocking, man. So keep your head on a swivel on the freaking markets, man. Aiden said, after I try it for a while, I'll be getting my lady on the female stack as well. Amazing, Aiden. Dude, that's freaking awesome. A lot of people ordered their spouses. Like, I know Chris James takes it with his wife, I believe, or serious partner. They're taking all kinds of stuff. And that discount code is for subscriptions only. So make sure that you're applying it to a subscription, not a one-time order. And also make sure that you apply it in the proper spot. You'll see there's a spot for the coupon code. If the code works, you should be good. I know there was a limited amount of slots left for it, but if it goes through, you should be good. And you won't see the free lit on your order form, but it will be physically placed into your package if you're ordering on or after the live. And I will still be on Instagram after the live, so DM me if you have any questions. Send me your order number so I can make sure that freebie gets included as well. Sonny says, buy silver. I do think, we'll see where it ends up, but it does seem to be popping off for sure. You know what I mean? So, guys, make sure to get that discount code applied. It's 44life, 44LIFE. And it only works on subscriptions, and you want to put it on a male, a female, or a performance stack. I do highly recommend the performance stack, or at least the Chad mode like Aiden got, because it is super detoxing. It's delicious. 150 milligrams of organic caffeine per scoop. You'll absolutely love it, and it's going to do what we need it to do during this pinnacle moment in human freaking history, when we're full of phthalates and microplastics, and they're all tricking us with these chemicals, man. It's absolutely shocking, really. DH Miller said, I can confirm that the USPS letter was distributed to management and EAS employees on Monday. Shut up. No way, DH Miller. Okay. Wow. He said, but no explanation as to why. Threw us off for sure. DH, that's interesting. So then the guy said, Laser, who works there, is like, how come I didn't get it? Like, that ain't going on. And then here, maybe he was just like a full-blown front-line postman. But either way, the guy technically did say the wrong thing in the tweet, because he said that all employees got it, but that's obviously not true. But guys, literally, there's a bunch of people on the site, man. I think we're gonna do this. If you order and that code goes through and you order tonight, the free lit organic heirloom cacao will be included. All right. Make sure, if you're watching right now, also that your live notifications are turned on so that you know when we're live next. And also, that is actually, other than perturbing, that is a good one. Make sure you apply code 44life to your subscription at checkout. That is actually more concise than saying it only works on subscriptions. Apply that code. No, that actually checks out. Exactly, man. That does seem legit, eh, Laser? Yeah. So is it because of the ice stuff that's going on? I do wonder, man. I do honestly wonder. Okay, so guys, get that coupon code applied. DM me on Instagram if you have any questions in the slightest about which superfood is best for which benefits. We're talking testosterone, hormones, fertility. We're going to be doing a major Ripper live tomorrow as well, likely possibly earlier or later even. We'll see. That's why it's important. You got to get those live notifications on. And DM me. Yeah, like I said, if you have any questions, make sure you use that discount code. You're getting that free lit powder. Thank you all for joining. We're going to see you on the Ripper Live tomorrow. And hopefully this news event that comes out tomorrow is good news for the economy. We will see, though. All right. Much love, everyone. We'll see you on the next one.